Well, let's get to the bottom of what happened inside that store, always in Vogue. Darren Halloran, the proprietor, joins us now from St. John's. And so Rod Stewart and his group arrive in your store. That must have been a nice surprise.
It was a nice surprise. You know, for a Saturday morning, it was definitely not expected, but it was very interesting, and it was a great pleasure to have him in our store.
And so what happened next?
Well, first of all, I got a phone call from a local driver, Steve Bradbury, and he called and he asked if the girls could come down from his band and get fitted for some fur coats, because the weather was so cold in Newfoundland on Saturday, and they were looking to stay warm. And they had asked me if they could rent the coats, and I said, absolutely not. We're not that type of people. We'll lend them to you, no problem. And he said to me, okay, we're going to call. The manager called me, and we made arrangements, and then she called me back about 10 minutes later and told me that Mr. Stewart himself wanted to come in, and he wanted to see what the girls would be wearing that night.
And how did he end up wearing a sealskin coat?
Well, being from Newfoundland and Labrador, our store has been around for a long time. We handcraft all of our seal jackets in our back of our store, and the girls were trying them on. It was my request that they would. It was my request that they would wear them that night because it was so cold, and being from Newfoundland and Labrador, everybody's so proud of the sealskin industry. And you know, I requested that they put them on, and then I asked him if he would try one on, and he knew what it was. And when he tried it on, I asked for a picture. You know, being from Newfoundland, getting a picture with Rod Stewart is a big honor. If you look at my Facebook post, my original post, it was all I said was, you know, I was proud to have him in our store, and good luck tonight wearing Always in Vogue apparel. And then the media just took it and went with it. I never did mention that it was a sealskin jacket.
And so up until that moment, you know, you post the picture, you're proud to have him wearing one of your coats, and the media reaction hasn't started yet. So far, so good. Then that huge amount of reaction, and then Mr. Stewart on social media starts saying that he had no idea that what he was wearing was a sealskin coat, and he didn't like the idea that he was part of an advertisement. How did you feel when you started seeing those posts from either him or the people that tweet on behalf of him?
Well, you know what, it didn't shock me. I mean, you know, it was a little disappointing from our side of it. Everybody was so proud that, you know, he was able to put that jacket on and to take a picture with me and that kind of stuff. And, you know, we were very proud of it. But I'm not surprised. I mean, he's being bullied right now by Paul Watson and the anti-seal groups. I mean, this is the biggest bullied industry in the world, and you know, he has to make a livelihood as well. And you know, if the whole world is at him, you know, he's still got to sing at concerts. So, you know, he had to do what he thought was best for himself. And listen, he was a gentleman when he was in the store. He was nothing but nice. He acted like one of the guys, and I still have a lot of respect for him. I know he's doing what he has to do, so we're okay with it.
You say he's been bullied by the industry. Do you know of specific things they've done to him, or I mean, maybe he just had a change of heart?
No, you know, I mean, Paul Watson came out yesterday and rewrote a song about him. You know, one of the, I think it was Hot Legs or one of those songs. He redid a song there. You know, they're putting pictures on his Facebook page of scenes that are untrue and things that are untrue, and you know, they're saying things to him. And you know, from a celebrity side of it, I understand it. You know, I mean, but for us, we don't need a celebrity to back us up. I mean, we're very proud of what we do, and we're not going to change that. You know, I wish he had stood up. The man does own 21 fur coats, so you know, I wish he had stood up and said he was very proud to be in the jacket as well. But I understand that he had to do what he had to do.
One last question, and we pretty well run out of time, but I do have to ask, the coat that he tried on, does that cost a little extra now? It seems to have a little extra cachet.
No, we're not going to do that to him, but you know, it is pretty cool. We have had a lot of customers come in and ask which one it was, and you know, for the middle of July, people talking about fur, it's pretty cool.